Morning, everybody. Hope you're having an amazing Friday morning. It's Friday fitness time here with Helen Reid. Every day, or for as many days as I can during each week, I'm popping onto my YouTube channel, Helen Reid on YouTube, or my Facebook page to give you tips, tricks around motivation, mindfulness, fitness. One, so we can all stay really connected and in tune with each other. And two, so we can really take some time out for ourselves each and every day whilst we're in this beautiful environment of isolation. It's a great way, fitness on Fridays is a great way to really connect with self and connect with others. And for me today, I've got a special workout that I'm going to demonstrate each of the exercises for our Anzacs this weekend. So tomorrow, I think is 25th tomorrow, we celebrate Anzac Day here in Australia and in New Zealand. And normally when I used to run my fitness classes, I'd put out a pretty special Anzac Day workout. And I thought I'd show you one that you can do at home today in less than 20 minutes. So for starters, if you're new to fitness, please make sure you do a warm-up. Jump onto my YouTube channel to check out the warm-ups that you can do before you get into the workouts. For those that are beginners, try each exercise for 30 seconds. So grab your watch or grab a timer on your phone, 30 seconds, get the music going in the background and having a 30-second rest after each exercise. For those that are a little bit more advanced, try 45 or 60 seconds for each exercise with a 15-second break. Now, my Anzac Day workout is going to spell out Anzac Day, lest we forget. So I believe it's 20 exercises all up, so I better get cracking on to show you each one. So for A, we're starting off with an ankle hop to ease into it, so onto one foot, basically nice and light on the feet, probably 15 seconds each side or 20 seconds each side, depending on the time that you're doing. Okay, swapping those feet, keeping the butts nice and tight and keeping nice and light on the feet. For our N, we're going to go into a narrow squat, so feet together, chest up nice and high. If you want, you can bring your hands into a prayer position or in front of you so you can balance. And we'll just drop down, squeeze our butts, lift back up, drop down, squeeze our butts, lift back up. However far down you get is perfectly fine. If you've got a seat, you could use it as a benchmark, sitting down on the chair, standing back up. For our Z today, I might just pop my shoes off, make it a little bit easier. We're going to start on our backs. We're going to do a core exercise, an exercise for our stomach muscles, our core strength. And if you can, we'll go with the legs nice and long, and we're creating a Z shape. All right, and if you need to, you pop your hands underneath your bum for a little bit of core stability, but I'm just forming a Z there, and then we can go back up the Z, or we can start from the top each time. Now, if that's a little bit too difficult, you can also bend the legs and just create that Z shape with your bent legs through your toes. The next one we'll do is an ab crunch roll. So we're going to stay in that seated position. Again, firing up the belly, keeping the core nice and tight. I'm going to put my hands behind my head and bring it up and crunch, and then take my feet nice and long again. If you like, you can roll your toes up towards you as you come up, and then take them out back nice and long. And if you can't do that, or if you need something that's a little less strenuous, just try and do a light sit up, fingertips onto the top of your on the top of your thighs there, and just reaching up to the top of your kneecaps. For our C, to form the word Anzac, we're going to jump into a chop. So the way that we were doing this morning with some of my mates online was I started in the middle, so we bring it out, 3 in the middle, and then 3 laterally, so left to right, and I know that's probably shocking, backwards. Okay, coming up onto the toe, nice light from the side up onto the toe. I know that's my 4th one there, in a pistol grip there, and then swapping sides. So 3 in the middle and 3 each side. Again, twisting from this middle section and keeping the belly nice and tight. So that forms our word Anzac. ankle hop, narrow squat, zig-zag on our backs, forming a Z with our toes, ab crunch and chops. Now for day, we're going to start off with a downward dog pose. So we go into the downward dog, legs nice and long, hip width apart, hands in front of us, nice and strong, and bringing it into a plank, and then lifting back into a downward dog, dropping our head between our shoulders. For our A, we're going to go into an air squat. So an air squat is like a squat jump, or is a squat jump. We come down nice and tall and trying to get a little bit of it. Now, again, if you've got knee or back problems, you don't need to jump. All right, we just stay in that squat position. For our Y, we're going to go into a Y lift, which is very similar to a Superman. It's great to help build up that lower body strength. So we form legs together, form a Y shape, and lift the arms. If you can, you also lift the chest. You don't need to come up all the way. And as you can see, I'm a little bit stiff, but if you can, you also lift those legs off the ground. Pause for 1 second and come back down. So that's our day. Downward dog to a plank, air squat, and Y lifts. Now we've got 3 words left, lest we forget. So we're going to start off with a lunge for the L. So our lunges, a number of ways that we could do them. We could just drop into a nice lunge, body up nice and tall, keeping our hips square, power through those legs. We could also jump the lunge. We could jump the lunge. Or we could even do a reverse lunge, squeeze that butt and bring it up and kick it out, swapping the legs at the halfway point in the time. With our E, if you can find a little box, so I'm just going to grab a little box. We can do it elevated. Whoops. Just grab those AirPods out of the way. Elevated hip raises. So we pop our feet onto a box or a bag. Okay, back in our pelvic, our tailbone, back into the mat. Hands by our sides, lifting. Just feel the back of the legs, your hamstrings firing up, and then just dropping nice and controlled, taking deep breaths in as we do that. For our S's, we're going to go into a skater hop. So with our skater hops, we jump to the right, we lift our left leg up. So we jump to the right, I tap the ground, lift the leg up, jump to the left, I tap the ground with my left hand, lifting my back leg up. Okay, so a little bit harder to do slowly. Right, that's what it looks like. Trying to keep the chest up, head facing forward, helps you keep it balanced. For our T's, we're going to go into a twist. So if you've got a weight or a ball, you can use that as well. But just a nice gentle way to do it. Arms nice and long, back at a 45-degree angle, and we're twisting. And I'm feeling that through my obliques, my side abdominal muscles there, okay? Or if you like, you can go a little bit harder by taking those feet off the ground. Always trying to keep that those tummy muscles nice and tight. If you feel that your back's stretching, please pop your feet onto the ground. So that's our left. With our W's, starting to get a little bit heated just explaining this. Again, we're going to start down onto our backs and we're going to do window wipers. So lifting our legs up nice and tall. We're going to come down to the left, lifting them up nice and tall and bring them over to the right, making that window wipe movement that we see on our vehicles when it's raining with our feet. If you need to with that one as well, again, you can bend the knees. So that's the we. And now we've got the forgets. So with the forgets, the first one is a frog squat. So I'm going to go nice and wide on this one. Hands on the head. And if you're a little bit more advanced, you can jump forward, jump it forward like a frog. And if not, or if you can't jump, knees and back problems, no problems, just stay there and try and lift the legs, a little bit of a bounce. You get a really nice feeling in your butt there. O's, we're going to go into oblique crunches. So the way I like to do these, and there's lots of variations, but I'll stay up onto my elbow. Again, if I need to, we can bend the knees, but I find it's a little bit easier to keep the legs long and just lifting those legs up to touch my hands, which is at about my shoulder height. We want to make sure that we do this on both sides. Again, squeezing those side belly muscles. For our R, we're going to go into what we call a body weight renegade row. So we start off in that plank position. If you can't be on your wrists, come down onto your elbows, okay? So we lift our left hand, squeeze our shoulders, lift our right hand, squeeze our shoulders. Now, if you happen to have a set of dumbbells at home, you can also do this with dumbbells. Great to get those back muscles, those upper back muscles nice and strong, especially if you're hunched over a laptop all day long. With our G's, I'm going to go into a good morning. This is a nice preparation exercise for those that do a bit of weight training and deadlifts, but basically feet hip width apart. I'm going to kick my bum out, belly nice and tight, chin to toes. I'm going to pretend that there's a barbell in front of me. I'm going to lift it up, all right, and hold it there, and then coming back down through those through the back of my legs and feeling all the tension and popping my hips forward, squeezing my butt. If you do have a barbell, you can pop it onto your back and do those good mornings. For our E's again, we're going to go into elbow punches. So I'm going to bring up my elbow, left, right, again, trying to work that core area. I can go nice and quick and get my heart rate up doing that. You could also go up for elbow punches, bringing it up, elbow close to the face, my hands almost brushing my ear is another way to do it. And for the last one, for a little bit of fun, we're throwing a T burpee. So for those that can't do burpees, that's fine. I'll show you a couple of variations. But for this one, what we did this morning is we came out into a nice narrow burpee. So we jumped out into the push-up position, knee to the chest, and jump up. Okay, that was more of a Y burpee or a T burpee in that particular way. Now, if you can't do burpees, not a problem. Just stay there and do a static star jump, a static star jump. So that word is forget, ankle hops, narrow squats, zigzags, ab crunch and chops for Anzac, downward dogs to plank, air squats and Y lifts for day, lunges, elevated hip raises, skater hops, twists, window wipers, twists for the left, window wipers, and what did we do for the E? You'll go back to it and grab that for the W, and the frog jumps, oblique crunches, renegade rows, we did the good mornings, and the elbow punches and T burpees for the forget. Anzac Day special, lest we forget. I'd love to hear any of your feedback if you've done that workout or if you're joining us over the weekend to do that workout. Have a beautiful Friday, everyone, and a beautiful weekend. Talk to you all very soon. It was E for elevated, you're right.